I actually came to a game 18 months ago. You know, as I said earlier, we've been on plenty of vacations over there to visit my son, and we got acquaintances, myself and Zoran, who knew each other, and I got invited to the game against Red Bull and really enjoyed the game. Charlotte were winners on the day 2-0, and it was a great atmosphere. You know, you could tell it was a community-driven club, you know, with the supporters, and I think that warmth and that feel never left me. So to answer your question, when the role came up, I was approached to see if I would be interested in the role, and I then done my due diligence and just spoke to my family, as I always do, and we felt that this could be a really good opportunity.
Who's a badass? She's a badass. Who's a badass? She's a badass.
Hey Dino, what's up, man? Welcome to Charlotte, dude. Man, we love you. Can't wait to see what you do on the pitch. Hopefully it won't be what Villa did to my Spurs, but you know, that's a whole nother story. But welcome to Charlotte. Man, we get some tea, maybe some crumpets, man, do an old English breakfast or something, man. Just hit us up. Love an interview.
Blood sausage.
Charlotte FC 3, Toronto FC 2. For the fans, by the fans, damn it! Vamos!
Oh! Get off Capetti's nutsack! I told you! Get off his nuts! Capetti is a baller, insect. Just saying.
That big apple was a golden delicious, baby. Let's go!
Atlanta, we go over there. We killing you.
My second game. We love Charlotte FC.
Go Charlotte, baby.
And if anyone on the team wants to marry me, you can.
Hey, big dubs, big dubs. Hey,
What'd you think of the game?
what did I think of the game?
Yeah, tell
I
us to
thought
me.
you were amazing. Hey, he doesn't get enough credit.
I do not get enough
He's
credit.
fucking amazing.
I am
on
amazing.
TV.
Yeah.
TJ, I'm gonna have to hire you for photography.
And ain't no TJ, it's JT.
You changed the name, man.
It's fun. It's boot room, aka where all the cleats are. You smell the airflow in here is really good. It smells really good. If they want to stretch their stuff out, get their workout on, bam.
We love Christian, Kalina.
I don't know. What can March do better?
Kalina is absolutely top notch. We're
Top
so
notch.
proud of him. We love him in Charlotte. Yeah, he did a great job.
Like when you go on Kalina's website, you give them like a 5-star Yelp review.
Absolutely, 100% every time.
Damn, I ain't got no interview or nothing. Anyway, over here at Queen City.
CLTFC fans, by the fans, damn it.
Hey, George. I got it. Is it CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans?
Damn it.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Did that make you happy, Lee? Welcome one, welcome all to CLTFC Fan TV for the fans, by the fans. Damn it. I'm JT. That's Lee. and that's Matthew, Mint City Matthew, a.k.a. the leader of the T Gang. And I think, Matt, today is National Tea Day. I think I heard that earlier. It is. I think so.
Oh.
I think so.
So that's true. I'm in trouble for not realizing that.
Get your Earl Grey, get your milk, or whatever y'all do.
I prefer the Sainsbury's brand myself.
There you go.
How about you, Matt? What's your Tesco, Sainsbury's?
PG Tips.
PG Tips?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
Nice. Getting deep on the English tea level.
Wesley said the other day that he thought Twinings was posh.
Posh.
Which I thought was an interesting take.
Yeah. That's fair. You know what, though? A couple of questions, JT. Was that the correct intro?
Oh, right. That's right. Matt from T Gang. But yeah, Mid City Matt. I get him confused. I'm sorry. My bad.
Was that the correct? Did I put?
That was right. Oh, you're talking about my intro now. Yeah. That was the correct one. Except now I got to take the Capetti part out, I guess.
Yeah. So, Sean, if you're watching, get off of Capetti's nuts, man. Get off his nuts.
Yeah, man. He's doing fine in the Argentina league now.
Man, what a team, man. We're sitting 6, no DPs. I mean, what else could we ask for, man? The summer's looking bright. We said May was an important month for us, and here we are, basically undefeated in the month of May, right? We just got the Doop that shows up next weekend, and that's it. And then we got
we got Red Bulls. Red Bulls just squeezes into May.
Is that home or away? I think that's away.
Unfortunately. That was always going to be our toughest game of the month.
Yeah. But you know what, though? We beat those guys, man. We're right up there. I'm ready for it. Look at this. I got wine and ready for all the tea. PG tips, according to Matt.
Don't mix wine and tea. Not a good combo.
Alan, come find us, man. I've still got your minty stuff in the car, man. Yeah. But because we owe him a minty cape. Cape is the word.
Ah, yeah, the cape.
Yes. And Defender Queen always, man. One of the OGs, man. Appreciate you. And man, go check him out. He's doing some stuff with the shoes. He's got some paintings, man. Just showing my man some love there. And it is iced tea does not count, Matt. Does iced tea count? I don't think
it does not.
No.
Kate,
listen, I want to
get it together.
No, listen. I get where you're coming from.
No,
right.
No.
But around these parts, the only if it's brewed, because iced tea made the right way in good restaurants.
Man, I don't know.
It's hot brewed tea. I don't know what Louisiana or something, but it's brewed and then it's chilled and then it's added to ice with a squeeze of lemon. It's still tea, damn it.
Goddamn Yankees, man.
Hey, carry that shit back to Bristol, man. I don't want to hear that shit.
We got Westwood.
Yeah. Oh, that reminded me, Matt, when
you understand,
when Westwood scored that penalty 2 games ago for the lead, I guess against Chicago. How did you just go crazy? Were you just like, did your hit
No, true story. My parents were going back to England that day, or they were supposed to be, and they had that airport that day was the day of the storms, and the Charlotte airport was a complete disaster. Their flight got cancelled, so I offered at like whenever it was 9 p.m. at night to like go and rescue them from the airport. So I didn't see 80% of that game because of that, because I was rescuing my parents from the airport at that point in time, and yeah, so I completely missed that goal live at least.
Yeah. So I'm just reading these some of the comments. Yeah, we decided Saturday we were just like for the first time in 3 years, JT. Like, yeah. I missed my first game. JT was like, you know what? I've yet to sit at a game with my family, and so we just let's take the night off. Let's just enjoy it. I was watching it from Asheville area on my phone. JT was enjoying it with his family, but I
watched the entire game.
Yeah, we'll be out there this weekend, and yeah, Coach. I forget what you said. Something climax or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's you know, sometimes it's good just to sit back, right? I mean, I get to enjoy it in the stadium as a fan. JT does all the media stuff. So shout out to you, JT, for being.
Thanks, Lee.
Yeah, much love, man.
I'm in there some, you know. I have some fun with the fans, but yeah, I never get to see the end. I'm always leaving before it ends, and that sucks.
And NC German said he was going to a concert, but then he decided to make it after all, man. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is.
So how do we feel, Matt? How do you feel about the draw? You know,
I think
it's a 0-0 draw.
As good as you can feel about a 0-0 draw. Obviously, everyone would prefer a win, but we weren't great going forward. We had a couple of half chances, but we could have very easily lost the game, especially at the end where there was a couple of heart and mouth moments. I felt pretty good about it. Like, you know, it's very difficult to just win forever in MLS. Like, you're going to get some games which you're going to take some draws now and again, and that's LA Galaxy, a good team. I take the draw and move on.
Yeah. So, I mean, the whole month, right? We said May is very important to us. Obviously, we weren't expecting Capelli to leave, right? I mean, and here we are, basically the last, 2 or 3 games we start. I mean, I don't count Breck as a DP, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, it's did I throw it up there or did you throw it up there?
I did it.
I'm getting a little confused because, anyways, but I don't count Brecht as a DP at all. So essentially, I feel like, you know, we pretty much played the whole month of May without a DP, and here we are sitting 6th in the league. We could have been third or 4th, but you know,
if we had not let in that last minute goal to NYCFC, we would be third right now.
Yeah, but if we beat Galaxy,
actually, I'm sorry, no, we wouldn't. But we'd be
4th.
Yeah.
But you know, even if Smalls has scored that goal, you know, there's nothing but I'm excited for this team, man. Like, it's been a minute, right, since we've all been excited, and I feel like Dino's doing it, man. We're 4 clean sheets, and I saw you, Charlotte. Yeah. Charlotte FC admin's been trying to steal our vibe, man. And I would just like to say, just credit us, Charlotte. You know, we credit you guys.
We give you credit. Give us credit.
Yeah, give us credit. Credit, right? Yeah.
Credit.
So, yeah, it's nothing but credit. I feel like a frog there. Credit.
Oh, Lord. Just so you know, y'all, Lee had no. Well, let's just say Lee's feeling a little more like JT normally feels.
Yeah.
On Tuesday nights, and
I went out for some dinner and had a few. How about that? We'll just leave it at that. Not iced teas, but hot teas.
So, there you go, hotties.
Oh, hey, Edgar, man, appreciate you jumping in, man. I'm kind of curious, Edgar. Do you think a 0-0 was a valid result on this weekend? I don't. I think we should have won. I think Small should have put his away.
That Small one.
Matt, so I've been, you know, the socials, as always, are always busting on Bronico. People are like, yo, I can't believe Bronico and his finishing, it's terrible, blah, 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 blah. But then my rebuttal to that is like, but Bronico was the only one in those positions to have the opportunity to take the shot. So
yeah, and neither one of his chances were easy chances. They were both like you hit them maybe 1 out of every 4 or 5 goes. They were far from like gimmies by any means. So I don't blame him for missing those.
I mean,
hold on. That point though is you know, when people are like, shoot the ball already, you know, like take the shot. You hear that all the time, and I feel like Bronico, if anything, he was taking the shot. He's like, screw it, I'm here. I'm going to take the shot. And so I thought it was great.
Yeah. But that's my whole point. Nobody else was making them runs and getting themselves in those positions. Bronico was. There was a chance where Pat took the shot. It went across. Bronico couldn't get to it. If somebody had been coming on that back post, it could have been an easy tap in. I don't know. Y'all need to get off of Bronico, man. I think he does, like somebody says, he does the dirty work. And there's no yellow in this game.
Yeah, every team needs a Bronico at least in their squad.
100%. So everybody that's hating on Bronico, just add us so we can give you the opposite story of why Bronico is actually a decent player for Charlotte FC.
Yeah, he's a motor, man. And
He
again,
is
like two of his shots, and what he's not even supposed to be taking the shots. Don't get me started about Air Vargas and
It's not coincidence that this, like, say we will about the previous two managers, but this is the third manager that's rated him. Like, it's not coincidence.
No, I don't know, man. I'm sorry, but no, so I don't want to hear any negative Bronico comments because I don't know. I still feel like if it was an Arfield in his position or something, it would have been the same result, right? No,
I don't know. I rate Arfield shooting a little bit better than Brandt's. I don't know that it would have been a goal if Arfield had been in those positions, but I would have. Thought it would be more likely.
When Scotty Arfield came on, I guess I can't remember what minute it was, but I was surprised. I was like, Arfield, and then I don't remember him doing much at all.
We were very defensive at that point. I think our legs were gone, tired from the big game. I guess I don't know. It was
Art doesn't take those shots, right? Bronico was at least willing to take the shot, and there was a couple of times I feel like he came pretty close, And look, this is from an LA fan, 100%. Like Bronico is not the flashy guy, right? He's not the one that's going out there. He's got all the damn gold and the rings and all that. He just does what he's supposed to do. He shows up week in, week out, and he does it. So Bronico, man, if you watch these shows, shout out to you, man. And shout out to Privet and Kalina Sheet.
Yeah, Privet, man. He just looks like, when I look at him too, I'm just like, he looks like he should be, working at a bank or something. He just looks so normal or something. I don't know what to say about it, but he's just, he just doesn't, he looks like he should be working for the team in a different capacity, not on the pitch, but he's a badass, man. He's just cleaning shit left and right.
Yeah.
But to match, it did get a little tricky at the end of the game, and that's where Clean as Sheet had to come in. But I was like, "Oh my god, end this already!"
At the end, he's come up clutch at the end, and then, yes, like Greg says, I mean, Arfield passed out when he was on the break against Chicago, and he had only been in for 10 minutes. It's like, oh my god. Anyways, but yeah, I mean, so Matt, here we are, month of May. I don't think we've lost the game the entire month.
Correct.
Somebody correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right.
Yeah. And, we were all saying this was our month where we needed to just get by, and here we are, 4 clean sheets, man. I mean, all we need now is somebody that can, like Pat, step up, be clinical, something, which, go ahead.
I thought of you, Lee, because he got, I guess it was in the first half. No, it'd been the second half because they were on the supporter section, and but he got a ball into him, and he tried to do his, his back was to the goal, and he was going to do his move, but like you said, his heavy first foot. I mean, he didn't trap it, he didn't do anything. The ball was put right on his foot, and it ricocheted 10 feet away from him while he was trying to make his move, and then it was a turnover. But he was in perfect position. If he could have controlled that ball better on his first touch, it would have been sweet. But
that's my only problem with Pat. I think his first touch is just very heavy. Go ahead,
yeah,
man.
it is. I will say as well, the last couple of games, I think that teams have worked him out a little bit. They've got enough footage of him now where they see where he's dangerous, and they've started to double up on him sometimes and things like that. Hopefully, eventually, that will mean more opportunities for other people around him if teams continue to do that. But especially when Abada comes back in, but teams definitely, after seeing him those early couple of games in the month of May, have now started to be like, okay, we see what you're about. We're going to put different types of defenders on you, and he's not had the same amount of chances as he had at the start of the month.
Yeah. So would you say Pat is better off maybe having 2 up front and just playing off of that guy, or is Abada going to be the one that comes in and feeds them? I don't see Abada coming in and feeding them the crosses because I feel like Abada likes to cut inside and kind of handle that shit himself.
So both, I think.
When's Abada going to be back?
End of May.
Potentially this weekend.
Yeah. And by the way, if anybody didn't realize Monday is Memorial Weekend, I had no idea.
I forgot that too. I had to see an elementary school sign say 5:27, no school. I'm like, what's going on?
What do you mean? This way, man? School lets out Thursday.
I know. Well, yours does.
Anyways, I had no idea that I had Monday off, and so I celebrated extra hard tonight to celebrate Monday.
Hey, speaking of celebrating hard, are we going to give anything away tonight or what?
Yeah, I probably should do that. What do you want to give away, AT?
Well, we already talked about it, man. For the fannies, by the fannies.
I feel sometimes like we should show the people what happens behind the scenes. We said, this is what JT said. JT said, we ain't giving shit away. I said, well, I got a couple of things. And I was like, well, we should give some. He's like, no, we ain't giving anything away. And I was like, JT, let's give something away. I've already put it on the thumbnail. So, JT, what do you say, man?
Lies, lies, lies.
We can't give lies away, man.
No. It is fun to think about. Well, this has been a fun time for merch. So let's think. What have we gotten so far? The capes, the card packs, the patches on the first game,
scarves.
I'm so glad they were, and I understand why they were the cheaper summer scarves, I call them. But you can wear it. I can't be wearing no hot ass scarf in 90 degrees. What else? The fanny packs, the scarves.
Might be it.
What am I forgetting? Forgetting one. But whatever.
The cards.
Yeah, we got the cards.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So Lee said, let's do the fanny pack. So I say fanny pack.
Fanny pack?
Yeah, for the fannies. Make that hashtag. For the fannies.
See. All right, so we'll ask the folks in the chat, man. All right, so either you guys want the
lightsaber. I forgot about the lightsaber. Those are pretty whack. Although it was weird. It was weird.
The kids like the lightsaber.
Oh, I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. But, but almost all of them were blue. But every once in a while, you'd see one that had a green light. It was like a glitch, or like the manufacturer put the wrong light in there.
I was assuming that they did that on purpose as like a fun little Easter egg.
I thought so too, but I think that's overthinking it. I mean, we got Occam's razor that thing, man. But like, dude, the simplest thing is whoever manufactured just put a green one in every once in a while by accident. But that would be fun.
Do we know that fannies has another meaning in the UK, right? And absolutely, I do. I'm assuming you do too, Matt. So
that's why I had a little laugh when JT said for the fannies.
Yeah, no, yes, that's the thing.
Well, what does it mean?
No, we talk about it offline.
We have an explicit rating for this.
I can infer what it means.
We will get canceled. So
yeah. We call it a bum bag. We call it a bum bag, not a fanny pack.
Well, there's reasons. So, all right. So it looks like everybody wants the fanny pack.
Man, that must have been a good dinner, Lee. I know that.
No, I didn't eat.
The dinner wasn't very good. The drinks were good.
All right, so yeah. All right, hold on. I'm going to do this. I'm going to make it. We're just going to call it hashtag fanny pack. Sorry. All right. Yeah. So if you would like to win a fanny pack tonight, just hit hashtag fanny pack.
Now, is that FANNY?
Yes.
PACK?
Yeah, PACK. Yes. Hashtag fanny pack. Oh, it was a good dinner. I had a good evening. So,
Crown's already put in the hashtag fanny. It has to be hashtag fanny pack.
It's too late. Casey got it. So, yeah, but no, seriously, like LA came in. They were one of the top scorers, right, of so far this season. I will say that the East is way better than the West currently.
Again.
But, but we shut them down. I mean, my man Privet steps up again. Damn it, Charlotte FC. If you guys do not give me the first interview with Privet, I'm gonna go negative and we're just gonna blow this place up.
You guys just called him an accountant or whatever. He might be offended now.
What's that?
I said you guys just called him an accountant or a bank manager or whatever it was.
No, I didn't. I said he looked like one. I didn't say he was one.
That was JT. That was JT.
Hey, Rivet, I'm down with you, dog. I just want to see the man behind the very normal looking self.
Yes, that's true. Actually, I did actually.
Hey, when is the trade window open?
That's a good question. I'm not sure the exact date, but soon.
Because we don't have another home game until June 15th.
We got a home game Saturday against Philly.
After that one, after the Philly game, then we have a pretty good stretch that we don't have one. So,
man, the zipper broke on Greg's fanny pack.
July 18th.
Oh no, the zipper broke on Greg's fanny pack.
Yo, man, Charlotte CFO, if you're reading this, man, we need better quality checked on the way out, man. So
I thought you were going to say better quality fannies then.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, we definitely need quality fannies.
No, what you going there, Matt? I was anyways. So tonight's show has just been canceled apparently because we needed quality.
You're like when Mac was on, and every time we talked about Tepper, he definitely went out.
Yeah. No, but I think 0-0 this weekend was a fair result, man. I think it was a fair result. Smalls could have scored. Bronico had like X times whatever chances. Kalina came up clutch in a couple of spots. And I will shout out, I'm going to eat crow for you, Kalina. Like, I was one on those, like, hey, let's put marks in. But this season, that man has come up with some clutch saves at the end of the game for us.
Oh, yeah. And he was
I think we've done a good job of them. I think we've, same as Dean Smith has done across the team, he's not overcomplicated what Kalina has to do. Maybe before he was responsible for more distribution than he is now. He's put him in a position to succeed.
Yeah, no, for real. I mean, it's the same back four plus Kalina as last season. And I mean, we're like, I seriously think people that are going to play us are going to struggle to score goals. Now, we also struggle on the other end, right? So that's when it goes down to Pat. And I'm a Pat fan. I just think we need somebody that can be just a little more clinical, personally.
He's young. He will continue to improve as well.
Yeah, but we say he's young. He's like 23.
That's still pretty young.
Is it?
Yeah. He'll improve. He'll improve at least 3 more years. Like 26 to 28 is when you usually peak.
I'm trying to remember from the game. I thought didn't he bring a ball all the way up? Like really went from the back all the way through the middle, all the way up to
that's a bad shot.
The box.
Who Privet?
Man, I was happy to see Bronico move up the middle because you always call us like the donut. We can't, and obviously it looked like that a lot. But and then Westwood had some good movement, but I believe Ajimon brought one way up, if I remember correctly, because he just started going and they couldn't stop him. It was great to see.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I still think a 9 and 10 is the biggest need for us.
Yeah.
Right?
100%. I like Pat a lot, but I agree with you that 9 and a 10 is that biggest need. 10, 9.
Yeah, I'm not by any means bashing on Pat. I don't know. I just don't, at least the way we're set up right now, he's not the guy for us, in my opinion. I think he gets himself in a lot of good positions. He hustles, but I still think his first touch sort of takes him out of that opportunity that possibly could have been there. But that's what I think.
So is Vargas's thing always to do his little dance? I mean, that's his move, right? He gets the ball on the side and he does his quick step, whatever around, and then it drives me a little crazy because I feel like he just needs to shoot it more. I don't know, but every time he shoots it, it goes over. But I don't know. Vargas was it was a little bit irritating. I'll say that.
Vargas, sometimes I feel like I appreciate what Vargas brings to the team, but he's just like a Gaines 2.0 in my opinion.
I think that's unfair. I think he's much better than that.
It's our show, Matt. We can say what we want.
No, he's not been as good. At the end of last season, he was just And
100%.
everything he did just like worked. Like sometimes players just hit that level of form. I don't think he's good enough to do that for a whole season, obviously. But the real Vargas is somewhere, I think, between how he's been the last couple of games and where he was at the end of last season. Like he's in the middle there somewhere. He's been a little bit off recently, but he's not this bad and he's not that good.
So is our problem, though, that we keep trying to go down the wings and then cross it in, and that affects Vargas's play? Or is it just Vargas does too many
decision making's off sometimes? I still think like
It just seemed to me
he
like
does overdo the step overs. JT, right?
It was the same thing over and over. It's like he was on the wing where I guess he's supposed to be, but whatever. He'd get the ball to him. They get the ball to him, and he would just do the same thing. And it's effective. I'm not saying it's not, but it's just like it never ends up with a goal, or it just didn't seem to work as well. But yeah, that's his move, man. He does the would you say called the crossover? But yeah, he dances all around that ball.
I want him to learn a little bit from Abada sometimes, and sometimes just go, like just commit to to taking the ball on. Stop like trying to trick your way past and taking too long over it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sometimes he just needs to be a bit more direct.
Yeah,
but I feel like Dino gives him the opportunity to do that, right? So is his own decision making, right? I'm going to bring in Jimmy from Philly since. Hey, what's up, Jimmy?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, man. That was the quickest 30 minutes of my life. I feel like it just flew by. Anyways, so yeah, we're just talking about the Charlotte game from against LA, man. And we play you guys this weekend coming up, man. And we stole just about all we could from Philly this off season, man. Right? So what's your thoughts, man, coming up for this weekend? You're playing us at home. We're what, 18 undefeated, or we've only lost one in the last 18 or something like that at home. So, and you guys are not looking too good so far this season.
Yeah. Actually, it's been a really strange season. We started the season off being the only undefeated team after the first 7 games, and had a few games in hand as well. So things were looking pretty tight for the Union. Looking to be in a pretty good spot with those games in hand, and a lot of them were at home too, where most people will know Union don't lose very often. But then they hit a really kind of unprecedented run of form where they lost 4 straight at home for the first time in the club's history. So it's been a little bit interesting to cover the team, honestly, in the past couple weeks. Hearing the other teams celebrating in the locker room that multiple games in a row, it's not something we've experienced before, and you can see it's really frustrating the team. And the team's not playing super awful offensively. We can get into the kind of the stats a little bit later if you guys want. But just the main thing for Union right now is they're giving up a lot of really what Jim Curtin will call uncharacteristic goals. Giving up the ball in their own half that leads directly to goals. Allowing 8 goals from outside the box this season, where they didn't allow any 2 seasons ago. So they are identifying, the places where they can kind of improve on defensively. It does feel like something uncharacteristic, even though it does feel a little bit like a trend after it happens game after game. But the 3-0 win in New England, although not one of the better teams in the league, should get them going a little bit better. And I can say the mood around the team is a lot more positive this week as it was a week ago, as we head to face you guys this weekend.
How confident are you, though, to come to Charlotte where, I forget how many seasons ago it was, we dragged y'all 4-1, and for some reason we show up at the bank, and we're actually now, I think, beating Chicago. We sort of got that monkey off our back, but like, I am willing to take on any team. I will put money on us, like competing with Miami at this point at the bank, at least, right? So
absolutely
feeling confident coming into Charlotte or no?
Honestly, so I was looking up the very short history between the two teams, and it looks like in the 4 matches over the last 2 seasons, Union have won both of the matches at Subaru Park. And then, as you talked about, that loss, I think it was either 4-0 or 4-1 2 seasons ago, and then we drew last year. And that loss was, you guys may not look at that as one of your best wins, but we certainly look at that, or Union fans look at that as one of the most brutal losses as a Union fan, because that was when they were looking to clinch the Supporter Shield that season, and they would have hosted MLS Cup at home. And we know how the MLS Cup ended for Philadelphia Union. Them having that at Subaru Park, you have to at least think that things may have turned out a little bit differently with their record at home. So that game was really huge for Union. And it seems like they haven't shown up when they play at the Bank so far, which makes sense. It's on turf. You guys have a really great atmosphere. It seems like
you're gonna dig us with the turf, man. We just met.
I got to bring it up. And it's because Union don't typically play well on the turf. That being said, they did get the 3-0 win in New England this weekend. It was with an early red card, so take that with a grain of salt. But yeah, Union don't typically play well on turf. Their pitch just isn't as fast as a turf pitch is, although they do have a brand new training complex down at Subaru Park that does have a turf field, so they do have the ability to kind of practice and prep for games that are on turf. So that's the reason I bring it up, not to diss your stadium, just to give it. You guys honestly have an advantage.
You wouldn't be the first.
That stadium. The rest of the MLS, other than the folks that have turf, diss our stadium. So yeah, Nashville. Atlanta too. Who else we want to up real quick? I don't know.
Vancouver.
Yeah, Vancouver. We're just giving it all. JT, I want to get in. So, are you guys? How are you? Seriously though, this weekend again, I'm feeling pretty confident. I just don't know where our goals are going to come from. Right. I would love for it to be Pat. I would love for it to be Vargas, but our back line's solid, right? And I feel like we proved that against Galaxy this weekend. And, Privet, Milana, Byrne, even Pedro stepped in this weekend. Uran, he shows up. I think we got a solid back line. If we could just get a goal, I don't know where it's coming from personally.
The good thing for Charlotte right now is, like I said, Union are giving up a lot of, I don't want to say unearned goals, but goals that you kind of look at and you're like, damn, that was either like a worldie of a goal or a huge mistake that the other team takes advantage of. So right now it's like it almost seems Union-esque to have a player that has not scored come and score a brace on Saturday night, like Daniel Rios score 4 against us 2 years ago. That's just very Union to have happen. So that being said, the 3-0 win against New England was their first shutout in about a month. So hopefully the defense is starting to put it together. But I think there's always the opportunity for a goal for you guys.
We're on 4 Kalina sheets, and I just honestly, I would love Pat to score and get a hat trick, but I just don't know where those go. Matt, where do you think these goals coming from this weekend?
I'm hoping Abada at least is on the bench, but I'm a little bit of me is hoping that he starts, because if he does, that opens up so much for us.
Do you think he would start after being out for so long?
He'll start.
I think he might do. It's not been. Was it been 3 weeks? Dino surprised us before with injuries. He's been in training now for 10 days again. I think.
What was his injury?
He'll probably be on the bench, but I wouldn't completely write off him starting.
Patrick, we're gonna get a Patrick this weekend. That's good. I swear to God, we'll push that if we get a Patrick.
Can I ask one quick question though to Jimmy, especially with your the picture behind you? Is that a picture of the famous Riquinho? The best in American history.
It does look like it. No, actually, that one here, that's actually it's like the Ralph Lauren bear with the supporter shield, actually. But I do need to get an updated Riquinho art, and I was there for that in the press box. It was man, it was unlike anything else. But it was a great break from Union were down 2-0, so there was like nothing good to celebrate at the stadium. So being able to see the entire press box like pull out their phones to like take the videos of this raccoon instead of like typing up their articles about how bad Union were playing was
20
much.
years time, you won't remember the score of that game. You'll just remember it was the raccoon game.
I from now on I have to, because it was a loss. So from now on it's out of my mind. Just the Raccoon game.
I saw the highlights on Sports Center or whatever. I've been finally getting them with the trash can. But how long did it take for? I mean, did like the raccoon come out and then who recognized them first, and then the raccoon?
So I actually got some insider information from some fans I know. They were sitting close to where like Union supporter section is, which is called the River End. And they said that they actually saw the raccoon just walk up the steps from the concourse into the seats and was like, oh shit, like there's a lot of people. And then he started like running towards the bench, and the bench, in front of the bench, there's no advertising boards. So that's where he was able to like easily hop right onto the field. And so he was out there for like a solid 5 minutes before they like got the trash cans out. We're like, all right, let's get him.
Yeah, I heard New England was trying to get him.
I did see that there was a raccoon in NYCFC stadium this weekend, and so people were saying that he followed New York City back down to or back up to the city.
Yeah, so one of our followers here, Greg, he's asking, will Blake be out this week as well?
Yeah, so actually some breaking news today. Per Tom Bogart of The Athletic, Union and Andre Blake have come to an agreement for a long-term contract agreement or extension. It's been kind of weird with Andre this season. He is someone that absolutely loves Philadelphia, is a club legend, would be a shoe-in for a Mount Rushmore of Union players at this point. But he's been hurt all season, and he's also been really vocal about his like I'll say concern about the lack of reinforcements that they've added to the roster over the offseason. So there was kind of some speculation after an Instagram post that maybe with his contract ending this season, after the season, that he wasn't going to come back. But nonetheless, he has signed that extension, and he was questionable for New England. He didn't end up making the trip, but I believe he'll probably be likely for this weekend. The only thing that makes me question it is playing on turf. Sorry to bring it up again, but it is like a lower body injury that one might question bringing someone back on turf for the first game. So I would say it's more likely than it has been in the last month, but still probably a little bit questionable.
Yeah, you don't want to do it. Don't risk it. Just leave him out.
That's how I feel. Especially, I don't think our backup, Oliver Semwa's been too much of an issue. He did give up one goal against New York City that I think rightfully Jim Curtin kind of pointed the finger at him for. But other than that, I don't think he's been too awful. But then, that's also, I think it's also fair to bring up that maybe the defense feels a little bit more comfortable with someone like Andre Blake in the net. And that's a fair question too. But
Blake is a solid keeper. I rank him as one of the best in the MLS personally, but that's just
yeah, absolutely. It's Oliver Semwa has shortened that gap between Andre and whoever the backup is, but it's really hard to replace someone like Andre. He steals a goal from the other team almost once or twice a game, no doubt.
So it sounds like you guys have the same issue we sort of had last year, right? I mean, like you said, right? There would just be these obscure goals that would just come out of nowhere, or we shoot ourselves in the foot. So it sounds like, to me at least, this is a good weekend to play you guys. Turf being one of them, like you mentioned.
Yep.
And then just some like, what's the word where you sort of like lose your
mojo?
Mojo, yeah, you lose your mojo, right? So it seems like, mojo. To me, it seems like this. If I still rank Philly as one of the strongest teams in the East, simply because of your history, and but at the same time, we've also taken a lot from Philly already. So why not 3 points this weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. I think here's a stat that might give you guys some confidence. So through 13 games in the first half of games for Union, they've scored 6 goals and given up 13. And that's kind of been the issue over this losing streak, is that they've been playing from behind almost every single game. And interestingly enough, hey, what's up, Edgar? Interestingly enough, all 4 games that they lost at home, they had over 50% of the possession in the game. And if you know anything about Union, they don't care about possession. They kind of like not having the possession. They want you to get up the field and try to score, and then they hit you on the counter. And so, yeah, I'm not rewriting anything. I'm not rewriting the book here or saying anything crazy, but it's a lot easier to win when you're not playing from behind. So not letting in stupid goals early really is just the key for this team right now. And I know I'm not saying anything revolutionary there, but yeah, it's really just about stopping those early mistakes in the first half, because in the second half they outscored teams 19-8. So it's almost a completely different game. Just unfortunately, in those 4 games, they've fallen too far behind. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting game for sure.
I would fancy you guys you're unbeaten away from home this season, correct? Like that's
not typical for us either.
Yeah, and that's great at home and terrible away.
Yeah, that's like, it's almost the complete opposite, right? Like Jim Curtin's talked about, like we shoot for 10 wins at home in a season, and that usually puts you in a good spot wherever you fall in the rest of the games, whether they're draws or wins on the road or losses, to make the playoffs, or to be in a good spot to make the playoffs. And right now we're relying on the points that we're getting on the road to keep us afloat. And we're kind of struggling right now. We're just hovering right around that playoff line, which feels really strange. Obviously it's a really long season, but I'm sure like some of your players, we're going to be missing a bunch of players to international duty with all the tournaments this summer. So it would have been really nice to bank those points while we had those 4 games at home, but that's where we're sitting right now.
Yeah, I mean, May's been a crucial month for us. Like we at least in the Charlotte world, we've been saying like we need to get out of May with as many wins as possible. But then, thinking about this, right? This also sort of sets up for the cup game, right? I mean, we play you guys as well, right? When is it? Like June, July? Yeah. When it is, right? So, we're in this sort of bracket there, or the league there. So, it's sort of like it's like a mental thing, right? It's like maybe we can get a leg up on you guys if we can make that win, but it's a mental thing. Fucking mental, mate. Right?
Mental, mate.
Yeah.
All these fannies.
Yeah, fanny packs. If you want in on the giveaway, it's hashtag fanny pack, by the way.
Hashtag fanny pack if you want a
Jimmy, the way you've sort of come on and explained it, it feels a lot like Charlotte last season, right? We were given up, like we felt like we deserved better results, whether they're draws or wins, but we just sort of kept shooting ourselves in the foot. And it's home and away, right? I mean, our away record has been bleak for many seasons, and I say many, I would say at least 36 months. It's like something Dino sort of pulled it around for us. I mean, we got the away win last weekend against Chicago, or last week against Chicago, and I don't know. It's just now it's more about, hopefully I feel like we're going to win this weekend. It's going to be 1-1 to us. I'm just going to throw that out there. But, okay. It's, I mean, I don't know. Like, I feel like the fortress, the bank, whatever we're calling it, I feel like a lot of teams around the MLS are sleeping on us, especially at home. What do you say, Matt?
Yeah, totally agree. I think we go under the radar a little bit, both in terms of our support and in terms of our team ability. I don't know whether it's because of where we're based or whether because people forget Charlotte exists sometimes and we're not a big city, but we haven't got any star players right now. We're just doing a solid job.
All we've got is discovery, right? So in your face.
I actually wanted to ask you guys about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
I actually wanted to ask you guys about that. Like, do you think would Marco Ruiz is that someone? I mean, obviously you guys would be excited if you got him, right? Like, that I would assume.
Yeah.
Zero
world class and
yeah,
is in a position we're desperately in need of. Yeah.
0%. But like
Yeah.
all those, those players that are star players that are on the end of their career thinking about MLS, if you guys got family and kids, Charlotte's the place to be. We were just literally today ranked top 5 place in the country to come. So, if you're 21, Mbappe and all that, yeah, go to Miami, go wherever. But you want to raise your kids, have a solid education for those kids, might need a private school because I'm not sure Mecklenburg County is
rocks.
Mecklenburg County. I grew up in Mecklenburg County. That's exactly why I am the way I am, right? So, but yeah, I would just like to say, I think Charlotte has a lot to offer. If you haven't checked it out, Charlotte's got a lot, right? .com. That's a valid place. Like these are the places the players need to be. But no, seriously, I think Charlotte as a soccer team, right? We're up and coming, I think, right? I think Dino's turned the curve. I think he's bringing it to us. I still think we're a solid top 5 team personally. We've been playing a lot of teams this month without any like DP starting. I don't consider Breck as a DP player. And so, if we get a solid 9 and a solid 10, man, MLS, y'all keep sleeping on us, man. We're coming, right? I mean, Miami's got all the glitz and the flash and all that, but, at some point, those teams still lose as well.
Yeah, you guys definitely do have a pretty good foundation right now. I feel like, especially when teams come to Charlotte, you don't see Charlotte get blown out at home very often. I feel like teams struggle even when they are winning to get their points. We don't talk about the
Minnesota game. Just that's the only one.
But yeah, I think you guys have a pretty good foundation under you, and I've been to Charlotte plenty of times. I used to tour with bands and stuff, so I've been down to Charlotte, but I've never been to a game there. Do you guys think? Are you guys in the place where, like, is the bank the permanent home, or I mean not permanent, but like, is there need to move out immediately, or are you guys kind of liking where you're at?
Well, the problem for us is, right, the owner of the Carolina Panthers is also the owner of Charlotte FC, right? So he's got one stadium, he's making bank, right? Pun intended, and so. He's bringing music to Charlotte apparently as well. Thank you, Tepper, for bringing music to Charlotte.
Yes.
But to your question about having like a soccer specific stadium, I don't foresee it. Yeah, no, is that?
We brought up Tepper.
Yeah,
he took out Jimmy.
It was internet.
Sorry.
We've also we've got the Charlotte Development. The guy on Twitter spoke about it the other day. There is a like $1.5 billion redevelopment or renovation plan, I should say, for Bank of America Stadium that's out there. There's no like renderings, drawings of what it might look like or what it entails yet, but it's out there and it's going to happen. It's just a matter of like who funds it. And my assumption would be that there's various soccer specific elements within that.
Gotcha.
As well.
As long as Teffer is the owner, unless he builds a stadium sort of like how I'm just going to drop it. How's the Spurs stadium? Because I think that is the mecca of all stadiums, right? the sort of the soccer stadium, and then you got the NFL stadium. Unless he was to build something like that, I honestly don't think Charlotte's going to have a soccer specific stadium anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Next 10 years, I think we're where we're at, and we just have to deal with it.
And the banks
It's going to be like Atlanta.
I mean, but the banks. I mean, it's a fun. It's a great atmosphere, and it's a fun spot, and also location. Now, if they put it right beside there, that's one thing. But I mean, I love the fact that our stadium's downtown, and people can get to it from all different directions.
It's a great location.
Yeah. So if they
totally,
I guess soccer specific would have some amenities and whatever else. I don't know, but the Panthers and Charlotte FC, whoa, they have the same color. Who would ever thought? But it's our place. It's fun, man. I don't see a need for it. And it's also nice, Jimmy, when they do want to open up the upper bowl for some bigger games and whatever,
Right.
to have the ability to go up to 70,000 people. And that first
Right.
inaugural match, when we were 72,000 breaking the record or whatever, that was insanity. So to be
Yep.
at the bank for a playoff game or some really important game, that's going to be nuts, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I was just going to bring up something. Let me try to wrap my brain here.
Bring it up, Jimmy.
Bring this shit up, Jimmy.
Yeah.
The one thing that I saw one of the commenters say that they're like, where would the stadium be? And I think that's like a big thing for Union fans. I don't know if any of you have been to Philadelphia, but the one amazing thing about Philadelphia and the sports scene is the Eagles, the Phillies and Sixers, and the Flyers and Sixers and the Phillies, all their stadiums are in the same parking lot. Which doesn't sound like super urbanist or whatever, but for convenience and just like vibes of having all the sports down in one place and convenience, super, super great. And then the Union play like 20 minutes south of that, outside of the city, in a really small town that there's like literally nothing else in. And that's an issue of growing the sport for like lower income families in the city. We see like a lot of like Hispanic people not really into the Union, but that they come and pack the house whenever a Liga MX team comes and plays. And we just like can't, for whatever, bridge that gap to get them fans. And I think a lot of it has to do with like inaccessibility to the stadium in general. So yeah, I think, there's kind of a trade-off of sharing the stadium, but then also having it in a really awesome location. Like I said, I haven't been to the stadium, but I've been to Charlotte, so I know the location of where it's at. And it's a way better location than where Subaru Park is.
Yeah, and be able to walk out.
Say this is a true statement by Chris, though. I've been the same in Philly, but it's in the bumfuck Egypt.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he say. But the thing is, too, which is so much fun, the team pushes this whole, let's party. It's a party. Come party.
Party.
But so many people that we interview for the fan reactions when they're leaving the stadium, they're going, including Lee usually, they're going out to have more fun. You walk out of the stadium and you're already downtown, and you can go to whatever restaurant, whatever, club, blah, blah, blah. And a lot of those people are like, where are we going next? And so many people live right there, and it's
totally.
Yeah, the location means a lot.
We just got a beer garden put like on the same grounds as Subaru Park. That's a really good vibe. Although, coincidentally, since it's opened, Union have not won a game at home. So fans are ready to go and boycott the place and burn it down if it happens a fifth time.
Can you imagine being the owner or however that works?
Right?
For superstitious reasons, they're going to boycott your business, man.
It's team owned, so I won't feel too bad. Okay. But that is very Philly.
You talk about superstitions. Ever since I wore the old blue shirt, Charlotte has not lost the game. Just put it out. Just all right. So I'm gonna. It really stinks. It's terrible. It's covered in beer. Well, my bucket hat smells a lot worse.
Have you not watched it either, Lee?
No, fuck no. I'm not changing the goddamn thing, man. It's going to be what it is. So when you guys are standing around and somebody's like, God damn, somebody stinks, that's probably me.
If we're unbeaten in October, remind me to go like a few sections over.
Taking all the way to victory, Lee. I love it.
No, I will wear this all the way until October. Shit. But, with that being said, Jimmy, so you come into the bank, right, but I think it's like 17 out of 18 undefeated, right? With draws and wins in there.
Yeah.
What is your prediction for this weekend, man?
So even though Union have struggled this year, and the one thing they have not struggled at is scoring goals. They're the one team in MLS that is yet to be shut out, which probably means they're going to get shut out this weekend. But I'm going to say it's going to be a really tight game. I say that it's going to be a 1-1. I think we're going to share the points. You guys are going to get your goal from somewhere.
To score on us. The first team to score on us in 5 games is going to be Philly at home. I don't feel it, Jimmy.
I could see it, but I could see us getting shut out too. I really could.
Yeah. Well, I just don't know where our goals will come from. JT, what do you think, man? What do you think this weekend?
3-0 us.
3-0.
Yeah, I think something's got to finally go in. I think Vargas is finally going to get something lower. Milanda's going to not have such a heavy foot on the first touch. Something's going to click. Abada hopefully will be back, and he'll push it straight forward. Or hell, even Petrovic, man, he's pretty scrappy. I like seeing him come in. I think something's going to break. I feel it happening, and I don't think they're going to score on us. So I'm saying 3-0 Charlotte.
Matt?
I'm going to give a prediction with a caveat.
Caveat?
If Abada plays at least 30 minutes, we win 2-1. If he does not, then 1-1.
So you think this is going to be the weekend our Kalina Sheets gets
Yeah, I just think we're kind of due. Like it's
what you call me?
If you're the best defense in the league, you're going to let in some goals now and again. Like, I just think we're kind of due a little bit.
No,
I will say I think Union's goal is going to come from a PK. I think you guys have a really solid defense, and like I said, we don't play super well on turf. So I think it's going to come from whether it's questionable or not. Union put teams in really tough positions and young center backs in really tough positions where they have to make plays that can sometimes get them in trouble. So I think that's where Union's goal is going to come from. So I don't know if that'll make you guys feel better about your defense and finally giving up the clean sheet run, but I don't think it'll be like a bad defensive play. That's how I view it, at least.
Jimmy, did you say that we're going to give up a penalty this weekend? Is that what I heard you say?
Yes. Sorry if my that's what I think. Yep.
You're good. I just want to make sure I understood you. I seriously think we're going to win. We're going to win 1-1 us. That's what I say. That's what I'm going with. 1-1 us.
I like it.
All right, 1-1 us. You heard it here first, folks.
1-1 us. I've been going with that for the last
you have
18 games or something, and it's so yeah. So yeah, I mean, everybody thinks Charlotte's going to win, man. So boot him off. No, we're not going to do that, man. Nice
I deserve it.
Appreciate you, Jimmy, for joining us. So,
we are not like Philly fans. We are Carolina nice fans. Right? we're not throwing deep batteries at Santa Claus. Come on.
No, are you familiar with Hitchbot? Jimmy, do you know who Hitchbot was?
No, I don't think so.
There was this guy. These college kids built this hitchhiker robot, and it went
yes.
And it came through Philly, and you guys murdered him, man.
It. Yes, I won't. I'm not even gonna say who, but I may or may not know a person who owns a piece of him. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's fair.
Robot murderers. Oh man.
No
AI in Philly.
Yeah, they call themselves brotherly love, man. I don't know, but the time I spent a good time, so I will say that. But anyways,
I will say if you guys ever come here, you probably will have a few insults thrown your way, but that's just our welcome. You can always come and chat to us, and we'll show you a good time and share a beer, of course.
If nobody throws insults my way, I'm going to feel out of place. Like I want.
Yeah. I'm English, so when people insult me, that means that in England, if you insult someone to their face, it means you like them.
Yeah.
If you say stuff behind their back, that's when you don't like them.
Yeah.
You should be worried when someone's nice to you.
Yep.
Wanker, Matt. You wanker.
Yeah, Matt. Hey, iced tea is tea, Matt. You jerk off.
It's not tea.
I agree. I agree with that. Iced tea is tea.
Before I forget, I know we're about to wrap up, but it's military night on Saturday, and the club just sent out a link earlier today that if you aren't going to go, or you know anyone that has extra tickets, you can donate them straight to military folks. So if you have that option, that's a good one if you want to exercise it.
That's right. And if you guys want to get the free fanny pack giveaway tonight, hashtag fanny pack. Coach, I don't know what your Twitter is. Well, I mean, I know what your Twitter is. I'll read it here in a minute. But yeah, so hashtag fanny pack if you want the giveaway. If you're new to the show, hit the sub button for us and hit the like button for all you OGs. And so yeah, let's do the giveaway real quick. I gotta share the screen. Which one is it? Oh, this one. Share. Gonna hide it, and then we're gonna share it. All right, so
yeah, don't hide it because everyone knows it's rigged anyway.
Oh, there was a button that said, God damn it, Mendoza, man. Mendoza shows up at the end, puts in this thing, man, and watch him win it. Watch him win it. Mendoza, if you win it, we're not giving it to you, man. We're going to go for somebody else. I work with Mendoza, so he knows how it is. He's a Chelsea fan, and we wrecked their season in Charlotte, too. So there's that. All right, hashtag fanny pack 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, that's the wrong screen. I have to hit over here, not on this screen.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. No, I was clicking on the screen that wasn't there. No, Mendoza, you can't win. Crowns.
Nice.
He's a City fan. I don't know. They always win. Fan, you do not appreciate that joke.
But, did he rig the system just like they rig the league?
Yeah. 115 entries he put in is what it says. Just throwing it out there. So guys, again, Jimmy, man, we really appreciate you coming on the show, man. If any of the Charlotte folk or any of the Philly fans that might be sitting in the background watching, they wanted to follow you, check you out, man, any articles you publish, how can they find you, man?
Yeah, most active on Twitter or X, whatever we're supposed to call it now, at Jimmy King 35. I write for a website called Philly Sports Network. We cover not just union soccer, but all things MLS and all things U.S. soccer once the summer tournaments get kicking off. And we also run a podcast about union called Doop on the Volley, which I would love to have you guys on for the return match whenever you guys come to Philly this year. So I'll hit you guys up for that.
100%, man. And yeah. Appreciate you coming on, man. I know I hit you up late last night, man, and thank you. Follow Jimmy, everybody. Seems like a good dude. The only problem I have with him is a Philly fan, but we'll let that slide. Matt, other than the T-Gang Bucket Hat Brigade, man, where can people follow you at? And
at Matt Chantry at Westwood T-Gang.
That's it. That's it. And check out our flags that Matt and I got together and did, man. Motherfuckers, y'all quit covering our flags, man. I'm gonna come in there with a lighter and burn anybody's flag. Yeah, it's gonna be a complete World War III, man. Screw it.
I swear, hey, 2 games ago, while you're saying that, now we're about to wrap up, but some dude got one of the big flags, and something tells me he wasn't a normal person in the supporter section. Like he was drunk as shit, and he started running around, like where you walk on the inside, to get to your seats. Like running like a cheerleader or whatever, right? I was like
Gussler, man. That might have been Gussler.
No, I don't think so. And then he, like, you're putting up, people are like, oh, what are you doing? And he turned around and ran back to the sports section. But then at the end of the game, I saw him walking out with that flag.
Oh, yeah, that happens all the time. People just like think
just keep the flag. And he was with his buddies. I'm like, I don't think you're supposed to keep the flag there, bud. Anyway.
Yeah, so where can people find us at, man?
At CLTFC Fan TV on all the socials and the tubes and after the game at the East Gate, except for the last time.
0.9999% of the time we'll be outside the gate.
Yes, we will be there definitely after Philly.
Yeah.
And, check us out. For the fans, by the fans, damn it.
So we thank y'all, man, and we love everybody. And Jimmy, again, thank you for coming on the show. And with that being said, folks, we'll see you Saturday. 1-1 us and for the crown.